your brother kind of made it pretty clear that you touched on this, that there's more left for him to do. And then, of course, everything emerged with this Michigan thing. But let me ask you again, that kind of like what I asked you before about being in Utah. How odd will it be to see him on the sideline in a completely different uniform, guiding a completely different team for you? Or is that just Kyle doing Kyle?
Well, it'll be a change, a change in gears. Honestly, it was a change of gears to when my dad and Kyle ended up at Utah, and it's a change of gears. Nothing's more important than the family, though. So the gears are easy to change. So it will be different if Kyle ends up somewhere else. He does, the way I guess everybody, he's tight-lipped again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not in no discussions. I'm not involved in no discussions that are directing or being granted a lot of information as to what's going on. But I do know, like you said, that it might be that it was time to move on from Utah, but I still got something I want to do in life because I don't know what he'd do. He's too active, too young, too sharp to not have anything to do. So I'm sure that there's hopefully something that he's going to enjoy on the horizon in the football world. And I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, it won't be odd. It'll just be okay. That's my brother, and we'll cheer him on. Of course, we still have Freddie, and whatever Freddie ends up doing, it's going to be the same way, and cheering him on and pulling for those teams as well. But nothing odd about it. Just it's more of a family hangs together than where you're at.
Yeah. Well, full disclosure, at the time we're speaking, nothing has come up, but there are all kinds of rumors out there. So let me just throw a hypothetical at you. Do you think your brother is the kind of coach that could go in and really help straighten out a program like Michigan that's been in a little bit of disarray, with his kind of discipline and that sort of thing? Is that kind of thing something that would be a great fit for him?
I wouldn't pretend to know what is needed at discipline, or I mean, not discipline, what is needed at Michigan as far as
Yeah,
discipline and correction and all that. That would be a little bit
I get
presumptuous.
that.
I
Yeah.
think I know that, but I do know, just as an outsider looking in, that Michigan's had a great tradition of being who they are, being a tough team, very physical, very good defensive team. They like to beat teams into submission, and I would think you would agree as well. That
Yeah.
sounds like Kyle, doesn't it?
Yep.
And so I know Kyle's character going into anywhere is very capable and trustworthy. You get Kyle going in somewhere, you know what you're going to get. It's not like some people, they might do something odd. No, Kyle's set steady sailing. What you're getting is what you're going to get. What you see is what you're going to get. So if they do have issues that need some corrections in ways, I think Kyle is, and if we're talking specifically about Michigan, but we could talk about just any other team in general, Kyle's going to go in and lay a great foundation and run a program right. And if Michigan needs some course corrections and needs somebody they can depend on to lay a great foundation and have no issues, but get their ball rolling again, I'm sure they've got great resources. I just haven't delved into what Michigan's about, but you just know, they're one of the blue blood teams. They've got great resources. I'm sure if someone gets in there and basically gets back to their tradition, they'll be a strong team. And Kyle fits everything I know of Michigan. And I'm not pretending to know
No, I know what you're saying.
what's going on and what their culture is truly like and all that. But everything you see, it just seems a really good fit for Kyle's mentality.